Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Today is July 7th, 2020, and this show is brought to you by channel sponsor Camera Store. So, first of all, I want to thank everyone that's joined Patreon. We've actually reached 100 Patreons, which is mind-blowing, and I'm just recommending you that if you feel like you want to support the news and this channel, for less than a roll of Kodak Gold a month, you can become a Patreon and cancel anytime. So also, I do know I need a haircut, but this is part of a video series that I want to do the next video. My first one was Nicholas Nixon. My next one will need a bit of longer hair, and my hair doesn't grow, evenly. I have to trim it a little. So to the news, we have Rezivot has offered 10 whole instant film backs. So if you know what Rezivot is doing, they are adapting Mamiya cameras and other backs to instant film. So with the death of FP100C, and yes, there is one instant, Rezivot has brought backs that you could basically buy and then buy the instant lab from Impossible Project and adapt your Impossible Project with their devices. I'm making a disaster of explaining this. Basically, they sell a kit that helps you use Polaroid Originals film with Mamiya cameras, either the press cameras, the RB, or the RZ. Each kit is different. So they've actually announced that they had 10 whole kits that you could order. So you could basically buy a finalized product where you can adapt to your use on your RB, RZ, or press camera from Mamiya and shoot Polaroid Originals. Usually they only sell the adapter. You still need the instant lab. Basically, that's what I tried to say. They only had 10, and the price is not too bad at around 300 euros or, $300. And they probably ran out already, but I'm letting you guys know this is an option they had a couple of days ago. Then we have news from Adox. As we all know, Adox has not had stock of their CMS 100 film in 35 or 120, but they were hinting on their Instagram stories that 35 might be coming very soon. So if you're one of those that wants to see Adox with 35 and 120 film, fingers crossed it'll be coming very soon. Then we have Fuji news, and this is actually interesting. I found it very interesting. It's probably just made for Japan and Fuji Japan, but they said they had a little note on some news that said film that requires attention. So basically, for those people taking film to Japan to, I guess, Fuji centers, maybe they have centers that they develop film for you and scan, that if you take film that requires attention, film that's being in a camera for very long or being in the heat for very long, I'm guessing film that will give you trouble when you put it through an automatic processor, to let them know that it requires attention. I just found it very funny how they had a official statement from Fuji for that. I guess summer brings lots of old rolls from cameras. Then we have a little update from Pixl-ltr, who's making, basically honor to the name. He's having a bit more issues with the acrylic. He had a one-man band doing it for him. So he's hired a second company that's going to do it probably without issues. And very soon we'll be getting our Pixl-ltr at home. So you can check it out. And honestly, I'm dying to get mine and start using it. Then we have a little update from Midtones Machines, where he's developing still this new machine to process film automatically. So it will be pumping the chemistry into a tank, rotating automatically, and pumping it out, which is really exciting. There's a few new things, like you got the level sensor, so the chemistry will know, the machine will know when the chemistry is at a certain height and whatnot, which is really cool. So if you want to go check it out, I think it's going to be one of the coolest projects coming out in 2020 or 2021 whenever it does get released. And then don't get scared. It's not actually happening. It's happened. There's a Kodak bankruptcy video that one of my viewers, Stuart, sent. So thank you, Stuart. It's a whole video about the history of Kodak's bankruptcy and what happened and what we have today. I think that's really interesting, and I actually made a video in Spanish a couple of days ago just to get it a little bit of an idea of what it is. This is a way more in-depth. It's in English, 18 minutes. Seems to be very popular because it has already 200,000 views. So you want to know more about what happened to Kodak and with the reasons, probably it's all there in that video. Then this is also not the normal news I usually give, but AG Photographic, it's a store in the UK, a retailer of film photography stuff, And basically they also have a lab, and they've ordered the first dip and dunk black and white machine in over 20 years from a dip and dunk manufacturer called Hostert. It's German. I'm probably saying that wrong. This is the first dip and dunk machine in over 20 years in the UK. I actually made a video about black and white and color film, why one was more expensive than the other, which a lot of people went into the comments to remind me that I was probably wrong. I did mention in the video, I was saying from my experience, color film is cheaper to develop and scan than black and white, at least here in Spain. And a lot of people came in to pitch, which is really interesting. So I'll leave the link to my video too if you want to watch it. Then I found these film cases. I think someone sent them to me. There's these little film cases that have been posted on Facebook, Marketplace, that are made for 35mm and 120 film. I'll only have a screenshot that I'll share here, but they look really, really well made and really, really cool. I really like the idea of having only 3 rolls in a little, case. I do use the Japan Camera Hunter ones, which were the Fuji ones previously. I do use some other ones, but this one I really like. It's like just 3 rolls in a triangle. I kind of like the idea, and I probably will see if I can get myself some. Then we have news from Intrepid. As I said, 5x7 came out. They made a whole video about it. But apart from the 5x7, there's a few other products that came out. One of them being 5x7 specific lens boards, which are 108mm square. So 108mm by 108mm. I don't know that in inches. Sorry, guys. And this is specific to the 5x7. I'm not 100% sure if they're equivalent to some other brand. Someone maybe will know because there's quite a few different lens boards out there. But maybe it's a Toyo size, or maybe it's just a Intrepid size. They also have this new Intrepid logo in the front, which honestly, if you ask me, I don't really like it. I like the black all, lens board. I don't need a white name on it, whatever the name would be. And also they came out with an 8x10 to 5x7 reducing back. For those that have a 8x10 camera, they can now purchase this reducing back and shoot 8x10 and 8x10, 5x7, or 4x5 if they buy the 2 different reducing backs, which is pretty cool to see too. Apart from that, nothing else in the news this week, guys. Just a quick reminder for those who want to join Patreon and help this show and this channel. It's, open, and you guys can always support it if you feel like it. If not, you can always leave a comment, like, subscribe, or whatever if you feel like it. And also, as always, if you have any information, you can send an email to the email below. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next week. Bye.